Okay, we're going to have a wee look at what we call as definite integration and see if you can spot the difference as I write out this sum for you to do. So it's the integration 1, 4. So if you notice I've just put wee limits, they're called limits, numbers on the integral sign, and they're quite easy to work with, to be fair. So these are called integral limits. And what you do is you integrate as normal. So add 1 to the power, divide by it. Add 1 to the power, divide by it. X reappears, and don't forget your C. And here's these integral limits. You'll notice I automatically put square brackets. So what we have is square brackets plus the limits. So square brackets with limits. So that's new. The bit in here, the integration. So you integrate, that's just as you normally would. So you integrate, so first integrate, number 2, square brackets with limits. And then I'm just going to tidy up my integration, just like I normally would do. So nothing strange yet. Set those brackets. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to sub in the 4. So the 4 comes in here. 4 times 4, 3, plus 2 times 4 squared, minus 2 times 4, plus C. And I put round brackets in now. And a minus, and then I'm going to sub in the 1. So 4 times 1 cubed, plus 2 times 1 squared, minus 2 times 1, plus C. So what I have done here is sub in x equals 4, and then it is subtract, and over here is sub in x equals 1. I'm going to work those out. So that is 4 times 4 cubed. Add 2 times 16 for 4 squared. Take away 8 to give me 280 plus C in my first bracket. And my second bracket, that becomes 4. Add 2, because 1 squared is 1 times 2. So 4 add 2 is 6, minus 2 is 4 plus C. 280 minus 4 is 276, and the C's disappear. Sometimes people don't put the C's in because they'll always go and disappear because you've got the first bracket, take away the second bracket. That's just really up to you. So basically, the steps. You integrate as normal. And the second thing you do is you put in square brackets with the integral, so I'll make sure you spell that, integral limits. And then what you do is you sub in the upper limit first, then you put your subtract sign in, so subtract, and then 5, sub in the lower limit. And then you tidy up, so you do your subtraction, so and at the end, your C should disappear. So you don't really need to put it in. Now some people do put it in, so you don't need to put it in. Some people do put it in because it gets into the habit of always putting the plus C, because in the exam, if you did your integration, and it wasn't a definite integration, it didn't have these limits on it, it was just an integral sign like we were doing in the last 2 lessons, and you forgot to put in your plus C, you would lose a full mark for that. Whereas in this one here, because you got the numbers, if you forgot your plus C, it wouldn't matter. It's really up to you whether, if it is, if I go back, all of these had no numbers in the integral sign, you must have plus C or you lose 1. Over here with numbers, it doesn't really matter about that plus C. You won't lose any marks for including it, but you won't gain any marks either. So it's just your own choice so long it is in those types.